Hello, welcome to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Yay. Thank you for that. By the way, what's your problem? You got a little of an attitude problem there. No, I don't. I'm just tired. Okay. So this is Iggy, and we're looking at some CTS Marx Confederate Infantry. And this is actually two packages. They came 22 per package, $15.95 each. I got them from Classic Toy Soldiers. I'll lift one up so that you can see it. On the bottom, it's marked. It's blurring out, isn't it? It says here CTS China. Now, these are virtually the exact same as the Marx Civil War Confederates with one change, and that change was a positive change. And what they did was correct the rifleman here. If you have some original Marx Confederates, you'll note that the rifle was pointed downwards as if he was shooting at a varmint. Oh, please don't shoot me. No, sorry, varmint. But CTS fixed that, so now you can have a regular firing line. Now, in each package, it came with 3 riflemen, 3 marching, 3 charging, 3 loading, 3 advancing, 3 on their knee firing. It also came with 1 flag bearer, 1 shot officer, presumably fatally, another officer, one of these. It looks like he's holding a pirate cutlass, doesn't it? A naval cutlass. And he's holding his navel. What a goinky dinky. And then they have this guy yelling and urging his compatriots onward into the face of battle. Now, CTS is located in New England. I thought it used to be located in Kansas for some reason. Or Texas, but maybe they moved because this package came from New England. But these are great figures. You guys remember the Marx blue and gray play set or the Centennial set? These figures probably bring back a lot of joyful memories of when you were younger. And even if you didn't have these as a kid, this is a nice addition if you're building up a Civil War scene. In the background, by the way, is a painting of the first day's battle at Gettysburg. You can't see it, but in the foreground, see the guy with the red shirt? He's carrying a litter and it's got General Reynolds on the litter. I guess he's a litter bug. I don't know. Now, there is something strange about these. Confederates did not put corps badges on the top of their kepi, as you see here. See that? And each of these has a corps badge. Now, they do have some slouch hat Confederates, which is appropriate. Probably more appropriate if more of them had slouch hats. Although this is regulation for the Confederate Army, they didn't really adhere to that too closely because of supply difficulties and whatnot. So let me show you a photograph of Confederate prisoners. You'll notice that the only one I can see in here that looks regulation is this guy in the frock coat. He's wearing a kepi. Looks like a group of construction workers. This is a nice example of a slouch hat. And I'll show you some of their kepis so you can see that the officers would, I call it chicken guts, this stuff here, this braid, metallic braid that they would put on their caps. And this would also denote their rank too. You'll notice that he's got 4 metallic braids going around his cap there, whereas this one only has 3. This would also denote branch of service. Artillerymen would have red, cavalry, I think, was yellow, infantry was blue or white. Or am I mistaking that with German army? I don't know. I look at so much of this stuff, I start to get confused. But you'll notice with these are actual caps, and you'll notice that they all lack any sort of adornment on them, such as we have over here. So here is some Yankees, and they call it a Greek cross. It's for the 6th Corps, Army Corps, and it's called a Corps badge. And they would have like a diamond. They had a clover. They had different symbols for the different corps. It's pretty hardcore.
Excuse me, Iggy.
Yeah?
No stupid jokes.
Sorry, guys. Now, these books are actually quite excellent, guys. These are Echoes of Glory. And I've spent many an hour thumbing through these. I like this hat over here. That's what I'd wear. That's actually kind of practical because it would protect you from rain and the elements better than a kepi would. And this would be useful during the summer months. Looks like an Amish hat. Now this one, this was made after the battle, what it says here. Probably put that on there at the museum. But these books, I mean, they cover everything. Socks, shoes. They covered Navy uniforms. I mean, it's very complete. It shows accoutrements, or sometimes referred to as leathers. Here's the pants. They got the jean pants and overcoats. Here's the shell jackets in butternut. This looks like it's a jean material. So it's very, very complete. I highly recommend these books. You can buy them in a set. It features officers' uniforms as well as enlisted men, as you can see here. All right, let's go back to our figures. And you'll notice here that every figure is missing a cartridge box. I'm not quite sure why they did that. They have a canteen, and they have a bayonet and scabbard. And there's no cap pouch, and there's no cartridge box. Now, a lot of the men would wear their blanket and shelter half or gun blanket rolled up like this. I've heard guys refer to it as a horse collar. I guess it kind of does look similar to that. A horse is a horse, unless, of course, the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Now, for many years, I didn't realize this was an officer. I always thought this was a private. But if you look closely at him, what gives it away is he's got a pistol. Gosh, that's a huge pistol, isn't it? It's a Dirty Harry pistol. And he's got what appears to be a saber. He should have a sword, but he's holding what looks like a cavalry saber. The difference between a sword and a saber is one has more of a curve to it. And this fellow over here, I don't know, is he supposed to be a pirate? Arr! I've got indigestion. Arr! And a Napoleonic complex, apparently. All right, guys, we'll take a quick sweep over. Even if you're not nostalgic about old Marx playsets, these are still fine figures to own. Are they as detailed as what are being produced now? No. These are first appeared in the late 1950s. And of course, the Centennial was in 1961. And for that playset, they added some more figures in addition to these. But these are sometimes called first series. All right, guys. I hope that you got a good impression of what we have here. I really like the improvement that CTS made on the rifleman. It always looked weird that he was pointing at the gopher hole or something. Okay, guys. That should pretty much cover it. Let's back all the way out. So I want to thank you for coming along and enlisting in the Iggy Army and getting Iggy with it. I think my next video will be some reproduction Marx playset accessories that has been done by BMC. And that will be in my next video. In the meantime, I want all of you to continue collecting and enjoying your collection, and be careful while you're out there. Oh, well, I forgot to tell you this. When I went to the post office to pick these up, I was sitting in my car listening to the radio, and this guy walks by me and he's like looking over his shoulder. And then he walked in front of my car, and there's the sidewalk where he's walking, and there's a very short lawn, and then some bushes, and then a fence. And he stepped between the fence and the bushes and took his, he took his Oscar Mayer or his Wee Willie Winky out of his pants and started peeing. And he just calmly smoked a cigarette. He never saw me sitting in my car. And I'm like, well, this is, I guess, a floor show? I'm not quite sure. I guess he was pissed. I don't know. Anyway, be careful while you're out there. You don't want someone pissing in the wind onto you or something. At any rate, also last night at 1:30 in the morning, I had a drunk lady banging on my door, wanting me to let her in. I guess she was cold or something. I wasn't about to open my door. I don't know who was with her. She finally went away, which is good. And I think it's a girl that used to live here who would steal my mail all the time. That's why I have a P.O. box now, because she would keep stealing my mail. Police, of course, do nothing about it because, well, you don't have any proof. They didn't really talk like that. It was more like, you don't have any proof, kid. I'd like to help you, but you're too young to vote. Who? That's right. What do you mean that's right? You said who? Never mind. Okay, guys, that's it for this time. what do you want to do? Today was kind of a hot day. It would have been a good day for a popsicle, don't you think? Well, unless you live in Canada, it was probably 20 feet of snow on the ground. At any rate, we'll get together soon. I'll have another video for you in about 3 days, I'm guessing, okay? So in the meantime, take care. And this is Iggy saying adios, amigos.